So when Galio was a support way back when, he was actually a really good matchup in Rakan because the taunt is so easy to lock down the Rakan with.
Yep.
There's also the AoE from the Rumble, so you could just kind of get exploded, whereas Alistar's a lot more durable in that situation. So a bulkier frontline for Nongshim. They do have decent dive threats. Their comp scales pretty well, and they've kind of managed things decently. Are going to see the Poppy coming for carrier though, and I think T1 pretty happy with what they got, right? They have the Rumble for Doran, a phenomenal pick. This strong skirmishing mid-jungle. They have Jhin for Guma. They have Poppy for carrier. I don't think it's the best game 1 draft we've seen for T1, but the bar was very high for that, right? The fact that carrier doesn't have Bard, immediately I think Nongshim have handled things better than some teams, but still, it's a lot of power for T1, and they're going to be very happy with what they've picked up.
Yeah, and also in a game 1 of a best of 3 hit, by the way, it's Wusa. So a bit of a Bad Boys 2 reference there as well, which I absolutely love. Bit of an... You know, there are people that actually like didn't know the Wusa thing from Bad Boys 2?
You know, there's actually a point I was going to make, because think about it. Nongshim have a lot of vowels themselves.
They do, yeah.
If they go first, they had side selection.
Build enough items to get him out of this one, as Owner will finally finish this one off. There is the smite to secure the... There's a grenade, 2, 3, and there's the 4th one. Bit of damage onto Lahens. Carrier able to get a whole lot more off as well. The reload does come through. 2 more left in the chamber, and the last one will do it. First blood over to Gumayushi.
The support wasn't there from the rest of the team. You know, if Gideon had come in, if Calyx had come in, that could have been a huge play for Nongshim. But in the end, they end up picking up 3 grubs. So I think Nongshim not too upset about that, but it must feel frustrating for Jiwoo there to have pumped so much damage into those 3 members of T1 and not really get a kill in the
space, Orcs, as it turns out. Doran's also just going to burn Jiwoo down. Yeah, the tick rate actually does look like it was improved somewhat. The flash forward as the barrier comes down, and no flash for Doran means no way out. Zona looking to start off this Cloud Drake. Will be double dragon over for T1. Could be an Infernal this game. Could also be like an Ocean or a Chemtech, which is not necessarily as coveted, but still some good options available as the Ram is going to come down. Doran just walks in between it. That's the way you do it, by the way. Yeah, going to be a relatively even trade still. T1 now with positional advantage over this Herald. He'll be able to make that one work. Calyx with his teleport up, though, there is a possibility that there could be a contest, but it looks like it's just not going to come in.
Oh, they're looking for it now.
Okay. Captive audience going to slow up Gideon as he's making his approach. Teleport in from King, and let's see whether the Ornhorn does come down. Bellows Breath to eat the CC out of Faker.
Raptors, maybe.
Well, there is a little bit of a headbutt pulverize onto Faker. Nice double taunt to come on through as he's buying a lot of time. And the problem is, that means the rest of T1 are making their way over. The Unbreakable Will comes down. Nice double pulverize there from Lahens, but the curtains have been called. Flash out from Lahens means that he's just definitely dead. I don't know why we're pressing that button right there, but sometimes you just panic and you need to press F.
This feels like such an error from Nongshim, because I don't think trying to commit the Herald was necessarily that bad, but by over-committing on that side of the jungle, now you've given T1 great opportunity to Herald mid, and Dragon is now spawned. It's 3rd Dragon of the game for T1. The Galio faking out here, they're moving in.
Yeah, Ram comes down, there's the equalizer, but it is going to tag Doran this time. The knock up onto Faker, but he still gets the ult off, and down goes Doran to start this fight off. Now Calyx trying to get himself out, but he will not be able to. Ona with that Crescent Guard is able to lock him down. That is actually going to be feats of strength as well, but Ona still going to fall. Pulverized, splashed out of the way of by Gumayushi, but I don't think they're taking a Dragon unless Carrier has something to say about it, as Faker punches with justice and takes down Jiwoo. Gideon over the top. It should be the kill onto Carrier, and it will be, as Gideon does get the kill.
One's is Lahens not quite there yet. Guma's not quite there yet.
Yeah, Cyclone as well as Call of the Forge God, both of them. Very big deal. But Nongshim, they do have positional advantage, and right now they are utilizing that. It should mean that they were able to collect this Dragon here. T1 not looking to get in there, as Owner is still making his way out of base.
This is big, you know, getting the Dragon for Nongshim. I was really concerned about a scenario where T1 picked up that 3rd Dragon, and once you have that looming threat of Soul, the game becomes so hard to play, especially as Arakan is on the other side of the map. Yep. Very fortified without the minions there. They should just be able to pick it up. It was lowered earlier by that Herald, and it will go down. So, first turret of the game for T1.
Yep.
And it does make it difficult, because Jiwoo obviously loves to have that mid-prio. We've seen him pushing up constantly, but now of much more threat with that tower down, and then immediately just going to start up the Arakan. There's no vision on it specifically, there's vision around it. And no blue trinket available at this moment, but Lehens is moving in.
Yep, walking up does manage to get vision, as they don't actually sweep it out just yet. Still, they're turning on to Carrier. Equalizer comes through, gets a fair bit of work done as Carrier finds the heroic charge. And now the taunt is going to connect. Faker was just waiting for Gio to go over the wall. It's beautifully played. And even though it's a quadra pulverize, it does not matter at all because Kingen and Calyx are a million miles away.
Great play there from Carrier, finding the Sivir again with the flash play, and now Calyx is going to do his best to try and force this off. The General comes in, King can just block this though.
Yeah, heroic entrance is going to get Faker in immediately as the curtain going to be held, but I think it is going to go away. The triple taunt going to come down for Faker as he holds Gideon in position. Stefan's presence continues to do so as he'll burn down. It's a double for Doran, maybe even a triple here as he's just going to obliterate on. Down he goes, Faker grabs that kill, and that's going to be Otacon as well. T1, phenomenal team fight, put themselves in such a good spot.
T1's control around these neutral objectives.
Carrier looking for a possible opportunity, an avenue forward. As Lehens comes over, that is goodbye to the Orianna, but Heva pulverized to connect onto Carrier, and he just goes down. That's a kill over to the Sivir as Kingen buys so much space, just wandering off to the side. He is going to die, but a 1-for-1 and a dragon going over to Nongshim probably feels pretty good. Still, T1 have now taken up occupation of Nongshim's side of the map, and it may not be a place that Nongshim can get out of. Heroic entrance, Duke going to have that spell shield as he flashes. Wind becomes lightning, still connects, but there's the shockwave. The pulverize on top, and Ona will be going down. Jiu's still alive this time, but Doran has found him, and he's got a dangerous flamethrower. Down goes the Sivir. There's the ace for T1, and a moment there for Nongshim, and then it was snuffed out. And Ona hits 3,000 assists.
There you go, huge achievement in T1. It looks like the play was going to come in for Nongshim. The shockwave is big, the CC's there, but they hold strong.
Huge cheer from the crowd here, as look at that, still standing, by the way.
Oh man. But Carrier is out of vision, and he's going to threaten with that ult.
Yep, and now just flashes on in as well, can deliver a gargoyle. So right in on top, and down goes the jungler. That is just going to be freedom there onto the Baron as Gumayushi was tanking up said Baron because he was the last one left in the Baron pit, but he'll be absolutely fine. No one's there to contest, and T1, this is their bread and butter. Just take control of the game. They'll take
for Nongshim.
Yeah, I'm going to say subpar on that one, as Equalizer goes down. Not the most value here for this one, but the Pulverize coming on through there onto Carrier, and Lehens not going to find too much. Nice little searing charge, but the double taunt, and Gideon, he's melting, and there's the Harpoon to finish him off. Lehens gets tagged by the Flame Spitter. The curtains have been called, and I think it is indeed curtains here for Nongshim in this first game. T1 just a little bit too good here today, and have been, honestly, for weeks now.
Feels like even if you have an okay early game, even if some things are going right for you, once you get to the neutral game, once you get to those neutral objectives, the setup in the mid game, you have to do everything right and more to stand a chance. Oh, they're going to look for him?
Yeah, Faker just trying to get his flash on cooldown, and he will effectively do that as T1. I mean, it was closer than it could have otherwise been in the early to mid game, but when we're talking about that, you can tell that the team is just a little bit too dominant at the moment.
If you look at the form that we've had on, you don't flash in time, okay, the game's over. It just kind of feels like that's what happens, and it's especially frustrating because Jiwoo, there was some fights where he was pumping out. So I think one of the things that's a little bit uncomfortable with Ziggs into Varus specifically is that, you know, when you're throwing your Qs at long range, it's a lot easier for the Varus to hit than you do, but you still have your ult to set up if you have CC. And it kind of works when, you know, the Aurora, the Ambessa and the Pantheon are going forward. You can just ult from a distance. It's also very good into the Jarvan.
Faker's having a bit of a giggle, but he's obviously going to play Ahri. This is like, and if T1 is still likely to win this game, it doesn't mean I think that this matchup is good. I think it's just not.
I mean, I think generally Ahri has been good into Taliyah historically, but Ahri has been doing terrible in the LCK recently.
Yeah. It was actually, in the end, T1 got Vabja.
Vabja?
Which actually kind of...
Oh, and Nongshim
it sounds like it's got meaning.
Nongshim have patzel, which
Yeah,
it sounds like
a pretzel.
like a pretzel, but what variation of a pretzel?
소환사의 협곡에 오신 것을 환영합니다.
All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Owner with the shout out to his boy Poby as well, over in the LEC.
Love to see it.
Yeah, you do love to see it.
So I think, we're having a lot of action already.
Stuff is happening.
I think honestly, Nongshim pretty happy with the top side. I will say the Aurora's, the Ambessa is not gonna have super fun time with the Aurora, but like
As
things
that
are
was
getting
just a cavalcade of errors.
things are getting goofy right now.
Well, yeah, so Kerry's going to get lit on fire. There's the satchel to bring him back. The flash forward, but it doesn't do anything. Finally, the kill goes down, but it's a huge trade up for Nongshim.
I get it. The failed E-Flash was mind control.
Here as the magical journey does bring Carrier and Faker in. The charm's going to go wide, and that Zenith Blade landed. As now no aftershock and no way to get out of this one, as he does manage to avoid some of the skill shots, but not that last one, as Gumayushi's going to even out the kill score. Still, Gio looking for a few angles here, finds a satchel and says, get out of my lane, Gumayushi.
Yeah,
and Gideon's coming over. Guma doesn't have flash. The wall is going to come down, and Carrier, can he defend? No, he can't. As the sidestep doesn't...
He's so dead.
He is very dead. Well, he does
not
not.
dead.
Never mind, he's totally fine. As now in goes Gideon. Mega Inferno Bomb's down as well. Massive damage on the Doran. And the flash forward. Gideon just needs one more auto. He'll find it as the Zenith Blade. You'll love to see it. That is going to be 2 grubs over to Nongshim as well. Already managing to find the feats of warfare. No one has any tempo vibes. It's just a mess. And maybe that's good for Nongshim.
Maybe. Dragon just get picked up here by T1, but obviously...
Trade for grubs. Yep.
Nongshim's pretty fine. That would be the sort of thing that she would say.
There we got a bit of a zoom in here. There's also King and Likely going down as the Zenith Blade will commit. Mega Inferno Bomb gets the flash. Happening around the map as here's a grand Starfall. And Gumayushi not going to get hit by a few of the buttons, but the satchel was already put up. And
on the space.
Well, Calix is going to just throw Owner out of his own Cataclysm. But he just gets back in there, and down goes the
Duma, the other team tries to kill Calix, and we're seeing that, you know? Trade play here. Turret's gonna go down though, power of Ziggs, and that will be feats of strength for Nongshim. We saw the stats earlier today, T1 getting, I think it was like 83% of the time.
That is a stat that has gone down as of this game.
Yeah, it did go up with game.
Gets himself out of there with the magical journey. And Doran did want to stick around. Looked a little bit dangerous, but it's another turret mopped up here by Jiu, who's playing the
turret there. He saved it.
Look at that solar flare. Perfect sweet spot. Perfect Zenith Blade as well. As Lahen's looking to dive on top of Gumayushi. Last couple of rocks from Calix are going to get that one done. As Gideon, he's on the Rift Herald, but there is a teleport in to make sure that everyone was safe. King in to keep them all in order. And Nongshim are just pushing a gold advantage.
Yeah, they're being proactive, they're making things happen, they're using the global aspects of the composition really effectively, utilizing the Ziggs, and it's not a...
Still gonna die.
Yeah, it's also like, against the Ziggs, you can set up the ult or put a minefield on top of the stasis, so that can backfire later on.
Lahen's and Faker are just fighting. Lahen's doesn't have a lot of follow-up, but maybe someone will turn up, as there's a Grand Starfall. Drake is just going to be for absolutely 0. They will be able to throw down this Rift Herald towards the bottom side, but it's going to have to take a little bit longer here, as Shelly will need to do a full... Was there an alcove angle there?
I think it's too tight. I think it's tricky.
Flash out here from Jiu. Faker does take a fair bit of damage here, as this Ziggs is still pretty dangerous. Still, they will be able to get this turret because no one on T1 is actually in the area. But I don't know whether they're going to be able to get another one.
Yeah, they're moving now to defend.
Yep. And Shelly obviously is not going to be of much use here to Nongshim. Will just be taken down. Many of them over the last couple of days. That's a public execution here onto Faker. Immediately down to 50% as Kingin has just out of nowhere, even though he's 50 CS down, he's got a lot of value. Seismic Shove just going to be the end of Faker, and now Nongshim finds yet another one. The surprise antics here of Nongshim are catching out T1 as now Doran trying to hop his way out, but another shove! And that Zenith Blade was always gonna hit as So he's parked as there's the charm. He was just standing waiting for it. Chains of Corruption does come down and now Lens is able to go back. Still, Seismic Shove is just gonna be avoided there by Faker. Not enough rocks in the way as Gideon puts up the shield. Teleport in now from the Aurora. The Ambassador actually waiting here as Kingin. Not as quick on the trigger finger, but that is just going to be delivered to death. Jiu trying to get himself out of the way, and everyone flashes forward. Still, he gets the bomb down, and Ona will be taken out as Kingin doesn't quite hit the public execution, but now the wall comes in, and Calix has just blocked off the carries of T1. Gideon dives on forward. He'll very soon have another stun, but he doesn't need it. That's a spiky old shield, and he's able to take down the Arya. Nongshim set themselves up for an easy autocard.
Just when it starts to look like it could be a little scary, Jiwoo goes down. Nongshim's so good at chaining the play around, cleaning up the targets, and Gideon and Calix massive in this game. Kerry is fishing.
He has smite.
He has, no, there's no way. There's no way.
Oh, there is absolutely no. Oh my! It went down to 200 health. That was way too close. That was illegal. How close that was. Kerry is still going to die, and they will be able to get the Drake. A massive move here for Nongshim.
You know what's the thing? They nerfed Spellbook Smite.
They did.
They actually nerfed Spellbook Smite, so it doesn't do as much. And you know how much they nerfed it by? I believe it was 300.
It's also something worth celebrating.
But I think it shows some of the power of the Pantheon, the fact that he's so good at securing with the execute on the Q combined with the Smite.
213, and then immediately goes down. He was barely in range, actually.
It's kind of similar to when we've had like Rel.
Oh, nice sidestep there from Faker. That was slick. I still don't know whether he's going to quite get himself out of there as the Q damage kind of absurd. There is the Solar Flare just collecting the slow. Still, that is another satchel to blow up this turret. Nongshim just formidable right now.
I mean, this is... Oh, Calix?
Okay, Calix is going to be stuck throwing some rocks around here as a Seismic Shove. Not quite going to work as now Ona going in, gets on top of Jude. Let's see whether he can actually satchel his way out of it, and the answer is absolutely not. Still Kingin getting amongst it, and in melee range with this Ambessa, you're never having a good time. That's a double kill here for the top laner of Nongshim, and he's not done yet. Another shove! As, man, maybe it wasn't the year of closer. Maybe it's been...
Mid. Calix approaching. He does have stasis, by the way.
Another Seismic Shove, and unfortunately, Doran's not going to be able to escape that way. He does go in between the worlds, but he's just going to leave Faker to die. And, well, he's not. He does come over and offer a couple of buttons, but that may have actually just confirmed his own death as the flash does come out. Mega Cone. But, yeah, we're still going to try and teleport away, but another rock is going to connect. And in the meantime, Nongshim are just taking the Baron. In comes Tube to make sure that that secure is more than comfortable.
Yeah. Oh, seeing more plays come out. They're looking for Calix again. He has Zhonya's.
Yeah, so he is going to be never mind. T1 are just going to get out of here as Kingin not going to get temperedly fated this time around, but he does publicly execute Ona, or at least he attempts to, as he will be able to escape. Cataclysm now on cooldown though, and T1 are kind of scrambling at this stage of the game. Faker looking for an angle, but straight into the Solar Flare as Lahens! Oh man, that was beautiful! Kumiushi will be able to finish off Calix, but Faker is also going to die, and Lahens, rightfully so, takes that kill. Meanwhile, Gio is just destroying turrets in this mid lane, and Nongshim collecting more and more gold. Rebel Baron power play sitting at 2.5k, and I don't think it's going down anytime soon.
The thing with this game is it's not like Nongshim have battled hard and really struggled in this game. They are just styling on one of the moment. They've been beaten up this game.
Bullied by a Ziggs as well, Ox, and it's not even your birthday. It's kind of insane. As Grand Starfall does come on down, my god, the damage capabilities here of this team is just ludicrous as Calix is going to make his way in. Gumiushi trying to get the damage down, but it doesn't quite work as Jiu, the fancy feat, but he's still dead as Doran does manage to at least find the Ziggs, but now they're on the wrong side of the map. Tempered Fate is going to be able to lock up one of these Nexus turrets as the back is trying to come through here as Lahens is on the hunt. Without the Ziggs taking these structures is hard, but the Bard just kind of disappeared, and now there are no more of these turrets left available. King in plenty of damage himself as Doran's back was interrupted by his former support, and Lahan's gonna hold the Aurora in place while Nongshim get their second game victory in the Legend group.
Against Gumas Varus, And frankly, it just looked like they were styling on them at a point. It felt like Gideon and Calyx were everywhere they wanted to be. Kingen, who is half of Doran's CS.
That's going to make us feel a whole lot happier.
I think when you look at this composition, you know, there's a lot of utility offered by the mid jungle compared to last game where the Pantheon Taleo was just killing people across the board. This is a lot more what a Trundle and Annie offer for the team. Annie's got a ton of burst, ton of setup.
Oh, it's a Janna angle.
Trundle's got a ton of utility.
Melio
comes
right.
through. I mean, it's not the Lulu, but it's got decent peel. But yeah, I mean, I think so much of this comp is reliant on Jiwoo and the Zed. If Ona gets ahead, Jiwoo can't play the game. That's literally how it's going to go. So I like the Zed pickup. I think T1 have a good pickup there. Interested to see the Melio. It's been a while since we've seen him be picked up. There was that period where we saw a lot of like Aphelios Melio. Can do a pretty good job of keeping this composition at bay. A lot of short range threats. You know, the Q on Melio is so powerful. The amount
Get onto the rift for game number 3.
소환사의 협곡에 오신 것을 환영합니다.
All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We are ready to see whether Nongshim can do the unthinkable.
Well, I guess wasn't Ziggs first?
Was he?
Was he? Who was first?
I swear they came out at very similar times.
Oh,
we'll have to look that up. Yeah, let's look it up. Even he is not going to be safe. Does have the defense of his maiden here as the goalie wall does come down. Lehens is still actually able to help Kingen out here as he does flash, but the stun is still going to come through. Still, this is a difficult dive here for T1. As untreaded territory as Gumiushi trying to catch up to Kingen here, and Kingen is very dead. That is going to be a kill going over to Ona. Faker is also dead in the mid lane though, so that first blood will be answered immediately.
He has to run all the way around the pillar.
Yeah, the pillar placement was just perfect there from Gideon. So very, very well done.
Actually, no perfects on KT.
Ah, dang it!
We just established that.
I know, I keep running into it.
Yeah.
Could be a weird trade though. As Guliwal going to trap Gumiushi momentarily, as Carrier once again going for the wraparound. Kingen's used to this one by now, but unfortunately doesn't have much of an answer. There is still an army of ghouls that are in position, and they're not going to quite finish this one off, as now Doran trying to keep himself alive, but he'll actually find the kill under the Trundle. Even if he dies for this, it's still worth it, but he's surviving for so long. And there he is, Kingen.
But,
the bear is going to come on through here as Faker now has to fight Tibbers and Annie, and unfortunately he's going to lose that 2v1.
That didn't look too difficult.
No. So didn't need the flash, as it turns out.
Yeah.
Just catches Faker going for a back when he probably shouldn't have been, as Super Mega Death Rocket going to get eaten there by Carrier. No door required, but Gideon in position. This is going to be a tough one. This is a massive wave. And so Gideon moving forward, tanking this one up as best he can. Gumiushi wanting to hunt him down though. And Chiu is going to be able to pick up the kill. Gets excited, gets out of the way. Carrier still trying to keep them interested here as the Realm Warp to come on forward. And now Chiu, oh, the Flame Kick doesn't connect. And so Chiu is just going to die. Faker delivered that kill on a silver platter. Nongshim without their AD carry for the next little while. But still, it is only 200 gold. And they have a Jinx comp, so they're kind of happy.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing was...
Good. And he was almost always definitely going to die because Ono was in a really good position there, but Winter's Bite, that was the one that confirmed it. Yeah. As this turret is actually still going. Kind of crazy that it's on its last legs like this.
I think if the stun hadn't connected, at least would have bought more time. They would have had to commit more.
All right, everyone comes in. Gideon's in position, though, to play defense as the death mark comes down. Jiu is just dead, and you iterated this earlier on. It's going to be really difficult for Jiu to play the game if Owner is fed, and he's fed.
Yeah, he is very fed, and it's already starting to become a problem. The cleanse wasn't available for the Hens, so once that root connects, Jiu just goes down, and you know, your top lane matchup has gone pretty badly. Your AD carry, yes, the Jinx is ahead, but if they just do this to Jinx every single fight, like an Annie isn't enough to solo carry team fights. I'm starting to feel a bit concerned for Nongshim and their composition.
Yep, having a bit of a worrying time as Doran is just going to kill the Maiden brutally. Problematic here, but the Winter's Bite will be avoided here by Jiu. He's starting to do some damage, but look at this. Yeah, Deathmark, you're dead. And Owner is going to do it again. This is what we were talking about. And the flash forward, he wants another one, and there's the double. Had the shadow prepped and everything. Oh God, every time one of these kills comes in, it just makes the game more and more impossible. as Calyx is looking to try and catch Faker on the rotation, but who's catching who at this point in time? As he's got a dash cannon, that's kind of cute.
Oh!
And Faker just blasts him back. There is Gideon turning up though. Calyx is able to walk this one out. The counter-strike to be used onto Tibbers as Kingin comes on over. There's the Glacial Fissure, and now the culling is just going to mow down the Maiden. In goes Doran. He's unable to finish off these kills as the kick does come back through, but they can't finish anyone off. Nongshim are at least keeping themselves alive now, but the door goes up and T1...
Yeah, don't do that.
Oh.
Don't do that. You know, not having the flash now on this Jinx, next 5 minutes are going to be hell. I'm just telling you now, Jiwoo, you're not going to have a good time. Oh. You ain't already having a good time. You're going to have a worse time.
Well, Calyx just walked towards Doran. Super Mega Death Rocket connects onto Owner and does nothing at all. He's got 2 items.
Yeah.
Jeepers.
Those are some good items too.
Yeah, they are. They will certainly get the job done. As Kingin is 40 CS behind Doran right now, who has his Trinity Force done, an extra red rock, but also completed shoes. And yeah, probably a fair bit in the coffers as well. As Nongshim looking to set a trap here. Doran is like...
Kill him.
Yeah, this is the problem that I'm also getting to. Well, they're going to try. They're going to give it their best. As the bear goes down, Doran does eat a fair bit of that CC, but he is going to die in the end.
Okay.
There he goes. Dash cannon to death here by the Annie. And now we've got the stand beside Braum. Jiu trying to keep himself alive as Owner gets there on top of the Jinx, but the Melio trying to keep Jiu alive. The culling just barely not able to connect in the barrier, keeping him alive, but somehow the Winter's Bite lands, and Lahens gets the kick back that little bit too late. And he will survive. But once again, I mean, T1 are just sending the message. Your Jinx will always die if we want her to die.
Very good job at that. Oh, Gideon's looking.
Well, he's just going to walk into 3 people for now. Kingin trying to make his way over, but Gideon is just dead. And the question of what did he mean by this is on everyone's minds, as Kingin is also dead.
Carry himself.
There we go. That's not nothing. As Carrier once again thrown down an ulti, is Gideon going to have to flash. Deathmark comes in, but Owner is trying to get out of there, and the turret shot is going to follow him. So that is a dead Zed.
And that's the sort of punish we can see.
Gideon is not going to be alive for the next 28 seconds. He's there as well. I wonder whether that one's a joke.
Oh, that's set a trap.
Yeah, Faker is going to find the Rune Prison. The culling is going to get eaten here by Gideon. Another great ult, but the Melio value is gigantic, and this time it's the Zed that goes down. And we do have an excited Geo as well. The Zap connects, and now Faker. Can he actually get the AoE? My God, the damage is disgusting, but Duma bites off more than he can chew. And in the meantime, the Yorick is in the bottom lane with the Maiden. And Nongshim are winning the fight.
They turn it around. As you said, Melio value massive there. Owner overcommits, can't cut through the trundle in time. They can both up on the top side.
All right, Carrier going to stand beside. I don't know whether he's exactly the engaged target. There is Doran. He'll find the counter-strike, and all of them are dead. Yeah, T1 gave away their tempo vibes for a few seconds, but said, no, give them back. And there they go. Nongshim just fall apart. I'm glad we had that moment, though.
When in doubt, Doran. It's that simple. When in doubt, Doran. That stun was just magnificent. You know, the game got a little bit goofy, got a little bit messy. He just comes in and cleans up like that. And now Kingin and Lahens, I don't think he got it.
They certainly don't. Doran dives in yet again, and they're going to be able to take everything down. These Nexus turrets not going to be long for the world either. As Nongshim was a valiant effort, it was almost a comeback angle, and then it just wasn't. And at 26 minutes, T1 will take down the Nexus.
Man.
This was not the series I was expecting today.
No, it was not. It was a lot of fun, though.
It certainly was.
Nongshim were at gym, T1
were rule book bitches.
They did so much of that.
Yep.
it was a good time, right? And I think ultimately we saw it's hard to